before we look at the C++ statement, we will look at two selection criteria that is the most important, I think, for every programming languages. Okay, the first one is the relational operators. Okay, these relational operators is normally to compare between two variables. Okay, we have two values we want to compare. Is either the first value is going to be bigger or greater than the second value, or we want to check whether these two variables or values are equal. All right. So normally the result from this comparison, we will get two decision. It's going to be either is going to be true or false. So these are the operator or the symbols that are being used in C++. The first one is the equal operator. So the symbol is going to be equal sign, double equal sign. Okay, the next one is not equal. We are going to use symbol not equal. This one is the exclamation mark equal. So this one represent the not equal. The greater than is similar to mathematics. The less than also similar. The less than equal is it's not similar, but it can be understood. So we have less than or equal sign, greater than or equal is greater than and equal symbol. Okay, these are the relational operators. Okay, so now we will look at the example. For example, we want to compare whether variable A is equal to variable B. Variable A and B, this means that whatever value that is being stored in A and whatever values are being stored in B. Are these values equal? So the second one is when you multiply A and B, is it not equal to variable C? Whatever that is being stored in variable C. And also the third one is S, is it equal to Y? And then X, is it less or equal to 4? So the value of relational expressions such as A greater than 40 depends on the value stored in the variable A. So A must store some value. Then only we can make some comparison. Okay, now the second criteria is the logical operators. So we have three logical operators. The first one is the AND operator. The second one is the OR operator, and the third one is the NOT operator. So the symbol that are being used for AND operator is double ampersand. So this is used with two symbol expressions. The condition is considered true if both individual expressions that are being compared are true. We will look at the example afterwards. And then the second one is the OR operator, or we are going to use the symbol, this straight line symbol double. Okay, so the condition is satisfied is considered true if the both variable that are being compared has the true two expressions are true. Okay, is either one or both. Let's say if expression 1 and expression 2, if either of these expression are true, then it will evaluate to true. And then the third one is the NOT operator. We are going to use the symbol exclamation mark. Okay, used to change an expression to its opposite state. If the expression is true, so the result is going to be false. If the expression is false, then the result is going to be true. Okay, we will look at example. For example here, expression 1 is, for example, age greater than 40, and expression 2 is term less than 10. Okay, let's say for this first statement, if we want it to be true, so the first expression need to be true, and the second expression also need to be true. True and true will evaluate true. or is either okay, we will look at the first example also. Okay, for example, we have this false and true will evaluate to false. Okay, and then we have, for example, first expression is false, and then we have or here, and term, the second expression, term less than 10, let's say we have false. So false or false is going to be false. But however, the first expression is true and the second is false. True or false will evaluate true. Okay, so the third statement, let's say age greater than 40. Let's say we have age store the value 80. So 80 greater than 40, is it true? Yes, true. So if we have not here, so not true will evaluate false. Okay, the last one also we have expression, we have three. One, two, and three. Okay, so we have or statement here. If any of these expression, okay, we have three expression here. If any of these expressions store true value, okay, it will compute as true. Okay, this is the example for logical operator. Okay, next we will look at precedence of operators. Okay, this is actually how do we evaluate, how do computer evaluate operators. Okay, so for example, actually the relational and logical operators, they have the hierarchy of execution similar to the arithmetic operators, the mathematics. So we will look at, for example, we have level 1 until 8. Okay, if we have some expression or statement in C++, if ever we see the symbol not unary minus plus plus minus, okay, this one we will cover later. Okay, I will explain to you later what is actually this symbol means. But at the moment, if whenever we see this symbol, this will be evaluate first, and it will be evaluated right to left. And then the second level, if whenever we see multiplication, division, and modular, okay, we evaluate from left to right. Okay, and then the third level, if whenever we see plus and minus, also will be evaluated left to right. And then the less than, less equal, greater, greater, equal will be evaluated also from left to right. And then the equal and not equal, it's a level 5. And then the level 6, we will see the and logical operator. And then the level 7 is the all logical operators. And then this one is also the assignment, equal sign plus equal. This is the assignment symbol. Okay, we will look at this later. Okay, now this is the example for how we evaluate we will look at the precedence. We evaluate the evaluation of this statement according to the precedence. For example, key, okay, we have variable key of type char, okay, it store the value m. And then we have I, J, and K, of which I store value 5, J store value K and 7, and K store value 12. And we have also X of data type double, it store 22.5. So for example here, I will only evaluate two statement here. For example, I store value 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay, is also given to you the equivalent expression. To make things clearer, they put the expression in the bracket. Okay, so 5, is it equal to K 12 minus 1 is 11? Is it 5 equal to 11? Sorry, 7 equal to 11? So the result is false, which is the value if 0. So the second one, okay, the second line, A plus B. Okay, the character A when it plus 1 obviously is equal to B. Is it B equal to B? Yes, it's true. So the value is 1. So for the third and fourth symbol, you can evaluate yourself. Okay, so now let's look at this precedence. What about the when it involved the or and also an operator. So let's say we have some expression. For example, the first one, 6 multiplied by 3 equal 36 minus 2, or 13 less or 13 minus multiplied by 3 plus 4, and not 6 minus 2 less than 5. So according to precedence, whatever in the multiplication we need to solve first. For example, 6 multiplied by 3 is 18 equal to 36 uh, divide by 2 is 18. Is 18 equal to 18? So true. So the result is 1. Okay. So because we see true, the value is 1. Now we look at this one. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9 plus 4, 13. Okay, 13 less than 13. Okay, is 13 less than 13? So it's 4. 13 is not less than 13. So it is equal. So it is uh, false. Okay, and now 4 minus less than 5. So it's true. When not true is 1 here. Okay, so this one is 0 because it is false, and not 1 is 0. 0 and 0 is 0. So true or false. Okay, so it evaluates to true. Okay, so please re-evaluate this expression use afterwards. Okay, redo and check whether your understanding is the same uh like the result here. Okay, so now let's look at what is bool data type. Okay, containing bool data type only contain two values. It's going to be either true or false. Okay, if true, the value is 1 and false is 0. Actually, true is for bool type is true is any value except 0. Okay, so now let's look at this example, a C++ program here. We have a bool is a data type just like int double. Okay, so let's say we have two variable here, t1 and t2 of type bool. So it is being said that t1 is true and t2 is false. So for example, see out the value of t1 is t1 and the value of t2 is t2. So when we run this program, so t1 when this is true means that t1 store 1, t2 store 0. So that's why we see the output of this program is the value of t1 is 1 and the value of t2 is 0. All right, now this is only the revision. Last week, the if statement. Okay, sorry, where is the okay? If we have already covered the one-way selection last week, where a C++ statement does not have any else. So that is a one-way if selection. Okay, now we have a if-else statement. So syntax is if condition expression and then statement. If this is true, then the C++ will execute this statement. If it is false, it will execute this statement. So this is the flow chart. Okay, so if the condition is true, yes, it will execute statement 1. If it is not true, then it will execute statement 2. Okay, we have example here. Okay, let's look at this example. Okay, let's observe where is the if else statement. We have if and else statement. We have variable, how many? Low rate, high rate, cut off, and fixed amount. Okay, this one is considered as a constant variable. Okay, and then we have a variable here, taxable and taxes. See in, please type in the taxable income. So we will key in any value here. So if the taxable is less than cut off, 20,000. So the taxes, if this is true, the low rate 0.02 will multiply the taxable that you key in. Okay, else if it is greater than the cutoff, then the taxes is equal to high rate 0.025 multiplied by taxable minus cut off plus fixed amount. Okay, so set output format. So all right, so you will see the set iOS flags. Okay, and then show point, set precision. Okay, this one is only to for your output to be in a very nice uh, display. So in order to use the set precision is a decimal point. We want the value to have a 2 decimal point. So in order to use all these we say the display output, okay, we need to include IO money. Okay, so the taxes is taxes. All right, so you need to try this in the lab session tomorrow. Okay, so for example, the output is already there. Please type in the taxable income. For example, 10,000. So it will calculate the taxes. The taxes are 200, and please type in the taxable income 30,000. Taxes are 650. Okay, try for this input 10,000 and 30,000. Okay, so this is the flow chart. Okay. Start, input taxable. Okay, if the taxable less than or equal to cut off, if yes, then this is the calculation for the tax. Else, this is the calculation for the taxes, and then output, right? So this is the if else statement. Alright, now kita terbalik sikit tadi the if else. Now kita pergi yang the basic one. I am sorry, I don't know why. Okay, so one-way selection. Sepatutnya this one is going to be the first selection that we get to know, the one-way selection. However, this one is being covered last week. Okay, if condition expression, then statement. Right? This one is very straightforward. It does not cater for false statement. Kalau false, the C plus will not do anything. So if condition is true, yes, it will execute this statement. No, that it will do something else. And then also after the statement here, we'll do the same thing as no. Okay, kita tengok contoh lah for example here. Okay, we have variable grade. Please enter a grade. Let's say we key in any grade, and then if grade, let's say we say 50. If 50 less than 0, no, false. Or if 50 greater than 100, no. So false or false, it will evaluate false. So uh, the grade is not valid. So so 50 less than 0 is false. False or false is false. Okay, sorry. If 50 greater than 100, no kan? So no. Sekejap. Saya pun dah confused. Okay. Let's say we have like zero. We have like 150. If 150 less than zero, no kan? Or 150 greater than 100, yes. No, no or yes is going to be yes. So yang ni correct. It will evaluate the grade is not valid. Okay, for example, just now kita bagi value 50. Okay, if 50 less than 0, so what happened? It is false, right? If 50 greater than 100, also false. 4 or false is false. So it will not display the grade is not valid. So patutnya kalau ada something, let's say we have C out the grade is valid, it will display the grade is valid. Now the next one is the nested if statement. Okay, yang ni yang last week that kita nak cover ni. Okay, so the syntax is if expression statement 1. We have so many if else. So else if statement 2, statement 2 else statement 3. So kita tengok the flowchart is condition 1. If it is true, we'll do this condition. So, condition 1 statement. If it is false, it will check and it have another for this example another if statement. If it is true, then it will go for condition 2 statement. Else it will check another condition. If it is true, condition 3 statement, then false. If it is false, it will do another statement. So this is the example. For example, we have A equal to 100. Okay, so we have one if statement here. If 100 equal to 10, so false. False dia akan cari else. Dia akan cari else. So if 100 equal to 20, no. When no, it will find the else statement here. So if 100 equal to 30, no. So dia akan cari else. So value is not matching. So exact value of A is 100. So let's see the output. Value of A is not matching. The exact value of A is 100. Okay, you can try this example during your lab session. Right now, we have one more example here. Okay, for example, we have two variables here, speed and length. Okay, for example, enter observed speed. Okay, and then we key in the value of speed. Then enter estimated length. We key in the value for length. So if, for example, we have here, if speed greater than 1100, then if this is true, so it will evaluate for length. If length greater than 52, so if this is yes, so we will display classification is civilian, else classification is military. Okay, if this is speed greater than 1100 is false, then this else statement will be executed where the classification is of aircraft is unknown. So I want you to try this example by giving the value of speed and length. Okay, a variety of value for speed and length. Okay, now the last selection statement is the switch statement. So this is the syntax, okay, how uh, we write a switch statement in C++. Okay, for example, switch, and then we put expression here. So case, label, statement, break. Okay, case, label, statement, break, default statement. So let's see, what is it? One or more statements may follow a case label. So this statement can be more than one after this case statement. Braces are not needed to turn multiply statement into a single compound statement. So we do not need to put braces here. Okay. Alright, so the break statement may or may not appear after each statement. So this break is actually is an optional, but however, it is very important if you want this statement. For example, this statement is only applied for this case statement. If let's say, for example, we don't have this break statement, okay, so so it will execute the rest. Okay, yang bawah-bawah ni semua akan being execute if we don't have this break. Break ni is to whenever you see this break statement, okay, the execution will jump out from the switch statement. Okay, switch, case, break, and default are reserved words. Okay, default ni, what is the default ni? Default ni will cater for any statement that is false. Okay, that is not being found here. Okay, we will look at the example. Okay, please observe the example. Okay, so we have one program here. Okay, this is not yet the switch statement. Yeah? All right, so we have how many variables here? We have select, first num, second num, sum, product, and subtraction. So when we run this program, it will display please enter two number. Then please the first number. So we need to key in a number here, and then that number will be stored in first num. And then the second number. So when we key in the number, it will store in second num. And then enter a select code from list below. 1 is for addition, 2 is for multiplication, 3 for subtraction, and then enter your selection. For example, you key in 1. So select will store value 1. Okay, now this is where the switch statement. So please observe the switch statement. Okay, for example, just now we have switch, select, store value 1. So switch 1. So actually this one is select is 1. So it will go down here, case 1. So select is 1, right? So it will sum is equal first num plus s num. Let's say we put first number as 10 and second number as 2. So sum is equal 10 plus 2 is 12. So it will put the sum of these two number is 12. So when they found break, okay, it will jump out from the switch statement. Okay. Okay, let's say now for second example, we put select as 3. Okay, switch 3. Okay. For example, when you run again, we put C in select as 3. Select as 3. So switch 3. So case 1, it does not match. So it will go to the second case. Case 2 also does not match. So it will go to the third case. Case 3. So match. 3 is equal to 3. So it will do this one. Sub is equal 10 minus 2 is 8. So sub is 8. The first number subtracted by the second number is 8. So it will jump out from the switch statement. Okay, one last example. Let's say we put switch select as 7. Okay, switch 7, it will go case 1, no, not equal, 2 also not equal, 3 also not equal. So 1, 2, 3 is not equal to 7. So if it does not find any other case, so it will find default. So it will say invalid selection. Okay, please try this switch example in your lab session. Okay, that's all for today's lecture. So we have already covered all C++ selection statement. The if one way if statement, the two way if else, and then the nested, and then the fourth one is the switch statement. Okay, thank you.